Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments in the beautiful 2024. My 9th year on YouTube, my 8th year on Patreon, and my 67th internet scandal. And of course, only 2 haircuts in those 9 years. Today we return to the conversation of Magic the Gathering's Ravnica. Again, you guys know where I stand. I never ordered. I'm not holding any bags of Ravnica Remastered Draft. I'm very uncertain and cautious on that product line. You guys know I've been very bullish on Ravnica collector boxes since before the product came out, which of course led to a lot of ridicule, and Rudy's just trying to pump his bags and steal your ex-wife and everything. She's a sweetheart, and she does pay for tacos for me. But it's one of those situations where, again, as we are passing release date, and we go release date plus a week, release date plus a month, the data has been absolutely unbelievable with Ravnica Remastered, especially the collector boxes, the serialized cards, and of course, Shocklands to $1, right? I encourage anyone to pause the video, pause your adult website video, but make sure you think about me when you finish, and go to TCG Player, hit Ravnica Remastered, pick any Shockland, go down to the cheapest $8, $9, $10, $11 Shockland. Don't pick the flashy one, not the foil, not the retro. Pick the cheap $10 one. And then look at the sell-through rate on every single Shockland. I'll be honest with you, I am blown the hell away. I cannot believe the amount of people in players and Game Piece Army, the amount of human meat popsicles that have stepped up and are buying the living hell out of Shocklands. This is the highest demand and highest sell-through rate I have ever seen on Shocklands in my entire life on this third planet from the sun. Is this still a planet, or are we like Pluto? We're still a planet. And I have never seen anything like this. We went from pre-release Ravnica to nobody touched, there was 10 boxes sold of Ravnica collector boxes before this thing came out. Nobody wanted it. Everybody said, Rudy's gonna go bankrupt from this shit. And I was like, well, hey, if I'm going to get fucked, and I guess I'm going to get fucked, and I might as well just smile to you all and just ride the ship, just kind of go down with it. We'll coast to Concordia, that bad boy. And, it turns out it sold really well. I sold my entire over 2,000 box allocation at release to patrons and supporters and viewers like you. I kept an entire, just over a pallet, about 880, about 900 boxes, let's call it, of collector boxes for myself. And now I'm still kind of dripping them out because I keep getting you all privately asking me on Patreon, hey, will you sell me, Rudy? Will you sell me 12 boxes, or can I get a case for $229 shipped or something? It's just constant. And I'm just sitting here how can the market be so wrong? I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, I got it right. You wrote, no. All I did was order the Magic the Gathering product like I did the last 100 sets and like I will the next 50 sets. But it's one of these things where when I watched the internet as we approached this product, it was wild. And of course, a lot of stores, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators, a lot of OnlyFans models, a lot of the Whirlpool and LG washer dryer repair people. Everybody was saying the same thing. Rudy, dude, you can't support a $250 collector box with $3 Shocklands. And now, did you see the first box opening on YouTube of Ravnica, the collectors? It's 7 to 9 Shocklands per 12 packs. Oh, they're going to $1. They're going to $1. And every mythic is worthless. All the Ravnica cards from Ravnica's history has already been reprinted so many times. There's no value because they're all game pieces, right? That's what we wanted. So everybody felt this way. All the LGSs were nervous as hell. Everybody was so jittery. And they had right to be. Everybody had right to be. I can't go against the Game Piece Army on that. Everybody, all these stores had right to be nervous because they pretty much took their underwear, turned it into binoculars, looked in the distance, and what do they see? A bunch of nude Game Piece people coming at them and they were holding all the clogged toilets from the apartment. And you could see them rushing you in the distance. So you can't blame these stores for under-ordering. And now Wizards like, hey, by the way, remember that after that initial release, there's no more collector boxes. Which, of course, led to additional speculation of everyone saying, oh, well, fuck it, Rudy. They're just going to dump the rest on the Amazon dump. They're going to hose everybody once the market upticks. And then we get the creepiest turn in the story. In the last 3 days, 1,000 patrons get all their boxes. I get hundreds of messages from patrons who ordered cases of 6, 2 cases of 12, a master case of 24. Ton of patrons, 200-300 patrons alone just ordered a 2-pack, just a little small order, just to have fun with it and their friends and family. And I start noticing something really fucking weird. And you know, I've never seen this before. And suddenly, all the patron messages are saying, Rudy, thanks so much for the lucky box. I pulled a serialized card. Hey, Rudy, thanks so much for not resealing my box. I got a serialized card. Rudy, I bought a master case of 24 boxes from you. I hit 2 serialized cards. Hey, Rudy, I got 12 boxes. I hit a serialized card. And then I get some messages from some LGSs who goes, hey, Rudy, we did a couple $100 Ravnica collector mass box opening to sell shocks because, again, nobody wanted to buy sealed boxes. So we got stuck with our allocation. And so we had the employees crack all our, I think it was like one source of 240 Rav collector boxes. So yeah, we cracked them all and we're just going to sell singles in Shocklands since we couldn't sell the sealed product because the whole market rejected the product, right? I said, yeah, so how many serialized cards you get? And they're like, oh, dude, Rudy, we were getting a serialized card in like almost every, too. Like, I think it took me like every 6 to 9 boxes. And I was like, wait a minute, so you got like 10 to 20? Like, did you get like 15, 20 serialized cards in like 200 boxes? And they were like, yeah. So, I'm not sure what's going on here. And this is the part of the video where we're already in. Everybody's already thumbs down. Can I buy MetaZoo yet? Did they fail? Can I buy the company? And like, can we try to bring it back? No? Still not? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with the tinfoil hat situation here. But I'm going to go ahead and throw something really controversial out to you all. Something's going on with the Ravnica Remaster collector box print run and these pull rates. The pull rates of what this many stores across the country and this many patrons who have their boxes all over the country, there's no way. There is no way the print run has a 1% pull rate for serialized cards, and this many people are pulling serialized cards. Something is fucked up here. I'm telling you all. Look at the Lord of the Rings. Look at the Doctor Who. Look how often we pull serialized cards. Look how often they show up. And now, you go on TCG Player or eBay, everybody's getting serialized cards. And the only way that's possible is if the print run is even lower than we think, which skewed the pull rate of serialized cards even higher because pre-orders were at record low. And that's the Rudy tinfoil hat theory of this video, because something is going on and it doesn't make sense. Because again, all Wizards told us was serialized cards and Rav collectors was a 1% pull rate. Now again, we don't know if it was like 1.4% pull rate and they lowered it, just said, oh, it's around 1%. They rounded down because technically it's still less than 1. We don't know. Was it 1.19%? And they just said, oh, it's around 1. We have no way of knowing. But I'm going to tell you all right now, there's no way this many people are that lucky. The sample size of this situation is way too large to make sense in statistics. The data is not lining up to what's going on. And right now, either one of two things are happening. I'll be honest with you all. We only have 2 possible outcomes right now. Then I'm going to end the video, then, I don't know, look out in the distance for the Game Peace Army with their clogged toilets. One of 2 possibilities. There's only 2 possible outcomes. A, the print run is lower than we think. In the original calculation of around 260,000 collector boxes worth of packs, which is around 200,000 boxes and about 20% supplemental loose packs and different things around the world. So it's either A, that print run is lower. And it was lower by it was actually secretly reduced by 10, 20, 30% in the amount of collector boxes. Instead of being around 200,000 is maybe something like 100 to 150. And then the supplemental product is the other remainder amount. And they secretly, I don't want to say secretly, but they quietly printed less product because the pre-orders were record low. And that it took all the serialized cards, which is the same quantity, and put it into a smaller pool, which creates a higher pull rate. I'm leaning towards that kind of theory. Theory number 2, well, simply put, the print run's very large, and they fucked up during distribution, and a big chunk of the original wave that went out had all the serialized cards, and somehow the rest of it has almost no serialized cards, and it wasn't properly, distributed on the track printing process from Cartamundi in Belgium or wherever they printed it. I'm skeptical that Cartamundi would fuck that up that bad. I am not. They're too big of a company. They've done it too long. Yes, they've made mistakes in the past. They're just normal humans, but I have a hard time believing that. But I just want to lay that out there. The data right now is currently showing there is something off with the Ravnica boxes, the supply, and the quantities of serialized cards being pulled, unless the print run was substantially reduced because stores weren't ordering it, and Hasbro Wizards said, shit, we are getting nowhere near the pre-orders we expected. Because remember, the only fact in this video is the pre-orders and the demand from LGSs, and the pre-order demand for Ravnica was a record low. Record-shattering low. Because remember, Amazon pre-dumped their own draft box, and the previous master set was Dominar Remastered at the peak of the pandemic, and it was the most toxic overprinted product, which I loved, but they overprinted it to such an extreme level. It is a known worldwide, oh, that's the set that they destroyed. So, that's what I really want to get out in the open. It's a very bizarre situation. As of the filming of this video, the Shocklands are holding up incredibly well. Record demand for singles and game pieces. And it's the end of the video, no one's watching. I'm going to give you all my prediction. I think Ravnica Remastered Collector boxes go to over $300 a box this year. And no one's going to be ready for it. And every store ordered it because you have so many market forces that got it wrong. This is a perfect recipe for a market shock and a system reset. And it looks like that's what we're going to be having. And I don't know if I'm going to try to go after additional boxes from other stores to try to even run a sale to patrons or sell it. As of right now, I'm leaning towards not really. I don't plan on offering this product or selling it. I did it at release. I did my part. I don't think I'm on the fence about it. If I can get a bunch from someone else, I'll reconsider. But it doesn't look like it. I have no plans to carry the Ravnica draft boxes still. I have not ordered it. I'm not requesting it. I just want to let you guys know where I stand on that. But yeah, so facts of the video. Pull rates of serialized cards are through the roof. Supply of the sealed boxes is suspiciously low. Shocklands have record-shattering single-card demand. Prices across the board have not only not tanked, many of them have rebounded off their lows within a week of release. And there's a lot of confusion, a lot of panic. And this is what happens when you have an internet led by emotion and anger versus kind of logic and discussing the changes and facts of the market. And it's going to be very interesting to follow up on this again another week or two. We'll keep an eye on it throughout the year. I think it's going to be an interesting ride. And yeah, once again, most people were wrong.